What's up guys, welcome back. Today I bring you another video and today's topic is going to be bodybuilding for teenagers. If you are a young man between the ages of 13 to 20, you might want to stay tuned for this video because I'm going to detail tips and the way you should do the process to not only get to your goals and impress your classmates or that chick in your math class, but also to set you up for success in the future of your fitness career. I'm going to talk about both the programming aspect of things, but also the mentality aspect of things, because I believe it's equally as important. I myself started actually lifting when I was 15, and I made a lot of mistakes. I wasted 3 years of my life following into marketing traps, spinning my wheels, and trying to find the answer. Okay, find the way to get things, the optimal way. And once I realized how I should approach things properly, that's when I started seeing results. So with that experience, I want to avoid you making the same mistakes. So without further rambling, I'm going to recommend getting yourself a drink because this is going to be long. We're going to start off with the first point, which is going to be keep it simple. Stupid. So the first thing you want to do when you start on your fitness journey is to focus on the compounds. Okay, if you look at beginner's guide on YouTube, the first thing you're going to see is that everyone tells you focus on the compounds, on your squats, on your deadlifts, on your pull-ups, on your bench press, and on your overhead press, right? And maybe you want to throw in some isolations. That's usually the advice that you get. And that's solid advice because that's the basics, and the basics fucking work. Okay, don't try to go to Ryan Humison's channel and try to look for 1,000 bicep curl variations. That doesn't matter. Embrace the basics. Focus on your compounds. Now, I'm going to give my own twist to it, and I'm going to justify why, because I believe it's the proper choice. Instead of focusing on compounds in general, like in the gym, right, I would tell you focus on calisthenics. Start with calisthenics. Why? First of all, you're young, right? You don't make your own money. So if you have to convince your parents, because I know some parents are for some reason anti-lifting, right? If you have to convince your parents to get yourself money to buy the gym membership, then you can avoid this by just telling them you want a pull-up bar. Most parents aren't against calisthenics, and in fact, they encourage it. I don't know why there's this social stigma against going to the gym, but calisthenics is fine. I don't know why, but it happens. And it's a good thing that they allow calisthenics because they fucking work, and they work wonders. So when you first start out, you may not want to pay a gym membership and just focus on calisthenics. Your parents are going to be okay with it. You're not going to spend a lot of money or money at all. And on top of that, you're weak. You haven't trained a single day of your life. You're just starting out. So you don't need to weight your movements. You don't need to add weight to your movements, okay? Just focusing on pull-ups, dips, push-ups, rows, bodyweight squats, and if you have resistance bands or dumbbells at home, you can do some isolation. Or if you want to buy rings on top of that, that's great. Just get a pull-up bar that you can attach to your wall. Don't you fucking dare to get the door frame ones. They're shit. Just get the ones that you install on your wall, on your ceiling. And if you want to, you can get some rings. Okay, that's what you want to do. And the good thing about calisthenics that you won't find in the gym is that you don't get paralysis by analysis. I'm pretty sure if you compare the average teenager going to the gym and the average teenager training at home with just a pull-up bar, the teenager training with just a pull-up bar is going to get jacked. Why is it? Because you don't get paralysis by analysis. You just have a few selection of movements that you can do, and you just have that, and you work with that. However, if you go to the gym, what you're going to find out is that there are a bazillion different exercises you can do. Or, for example, I can do the bench press, I can do the dumbbell press, I can do the machine press, I can do the cable pinky twist cable press that I saw Ben Yanes doing in that video or something like that, right? So what I would recommend is stick to the simpler things, stick to calisthenics, and you're going to avoid the temptation of program hopping or looking for new exercises. You have like 10 different movements that you can do, and you do them, you get jacked with that, and that's great. This works wonders for your novice stage. So what I would recommend as a template, if you want to, I'm going to leave this in the comments. You want to have a day where you do pull-ups and push-ups, then you have another day where you do your vertical pressing, which would be pike push-ups in this case, and inverted rows, or you can do a different pull-up variation. And then the next day you do your dips and with a pull-up variation, and that's it. Pull-ups, push-ups every single day. I'm going to delve a little bit more into that. The second point is going to be, don't overdo it. 2 to 3 sets a day is more than enough. Progression is key. So we are going to break down these 2 points. The first one, don't overdo it. So I know you want to get the results, right? I know you want to get jacked, and you probably want to do everything in your power to get there. And I know I feel you. I'm the same way. I'm still a young guy myself, and I still have that need of like pushing myself and to strive for what I want. But when you're a beginner, the least is the most. Less is more, okay? Just 2 sets are going to go a long way for you because your whole body is untrained. So 2 sets is like infinitely more than what you were doing previously. So just adding 2 sets every single day is going to go a long way for a long time. Eventually you'll need to add more volume, yes, but the time is not yet to come. It's going to take like 2 to 3 years for you to actually feel the need to start adding volume, okay? Especially if you know how to push yourself, which is something you're going to learn with time. So don't overdo it. Less is more. Just do enough. Don't try to do as much as you can. That's going to be counterproductive, at least in the beginning. Now, progression is key. A lot of guys, when they go to the gym, I haven't seen calisthenics guys go through this. This is another good thing about calisthenics. You want to progress. It's something that just happens and you get addicted to it. You start doing push-ups and you're like, oh, I want to reach 50 push-ups, right? And you get your 50 push-ups and they're like, oh, I want to achieve 50 diamond push-ups. So then you do your 50 diamond push-ups. Then you elevate your feet and stuff like that. It just happens because calisthenics is fun. But with the gym, you'll see a lot of guys that go to the gym and they just mess around, curl the pink dumbbells, right, for a while. Then they hop onto another program and they still lift the same weight with the same reps, with the same technique, with everything. They just look the same year to year, and that's just called spinning your wheels, right? So you want to focus on progression, on getting stronger, right? You want to do your push-ups, you can do 10, do 12. If you can do 12, better the technique for those 12. Once you have perfect technique for 12 reps, you elevate your feet. You do 1 arm at a time if you want to. You can do archer push-ups. You have a lot of progression, a long way to go. With pull-ups, we don't even need to tell you different variations you can try, because just slowing down the tempo on pull-ups is going to be more than enough, even for intermediates, not even like beginners. Beginners probably can't even get pull-ups. So what I would recommend, if you can't get even your chin-ups, like supinated grip, what I would tell you is get a chair, jump on the bar and let yourself fall down slowly. Do like a reverse pull-up, if you will, like just let it stretch. And then you get on the chair again, you jump again, and you repeat. Once you get your first pull-ups, just do your pull-ups, as many reps as you can for as many sets as you can, of like 2 to 3. And then just go to your room and do whatever thing else your training has stopped, at least for the day. You're done for the day. So yeah, build yourself up for your push-ups, for your first pull-ups. Then you get 10 pull-ups. Then you slow down the tempo. Then you find a progression for your pull-ups and so on. So you want to get stronger. Then something else I want to add is that you want short, frequent sessions. This is something I have been talking around, right? But basically what you want to do is have short, frequent workouts. They shouldn't last longer than 30 to 40 minutes. Maybe an hour if you want to, but they should be short, okay? They should be like sporadic. You just go in there for a couple of minutes. You like basically let yourself go for a while, deload the stress of the day with training. Then you go on with your day. The first point or benefit that this will bring is adherence, because your brain works in funny ways, and the way you ingrain a habit is by repetition. The more you repeat something and the more frequently you do, the more your brain gets used to it, and the more neural connections and myelin you get on the neural connections. So the habit becomes less and less energy demanding and less willpower demanding, okay? So you want to do it frequently. The second thing is time. if you're a student, you probably get thrown a shit ton of homework, especially if you go to like high school and stuff like that. You just get books on top of books of homework. I don't know why. It's a problem with education system. But yeah, you basically don't have time for shit. So short periods of time frequently are going to, because schools usually have like fixed schedules, so you can squeeze in 30 minutes of a workout in and be done for the day and go on and do your homework or hang out with your friends or whatever. So it's not going to take a bunch of time off your life. Once you get passionate enough, you can start to prolong the workouts if you want to. But if you don't, that's fine. Just keep doing your 30-minute workout. It's going to be great. And the third thing is going to be the addictiveness of calisthenics. Calisthenics are fun. They're super fun. I haven't yet found a single guy that doesn't like calisthenics. Even I myself actually started as a calisthenics hater. But once I really dedicated myself to calisthenics, man, whenever I can do calisthenics, I do it. It's fun. It's addictive. It's a different feeling to weight training. I swear to God, you have to try this. And with frequent workouts, you get just enough for you to satisfy that craving of doing calisthenics, right? And you get that feeling of like endorphins and that feel-good sensation. But it's not long enough for you to feel beat up or like, oh man, this workout is a nightmare, right? It's just the right amount for you to kickstart that flame, that discipline, that addiction to working out that is going to develop in a good way. It's an addiction in a good way. So that's going to be for training. If you want a simple program, it's going to be, again, just have push-ups, pull-ups one day, then you have rows and pike push-ups, then you have dips and chin-ups, right? And then you repeat. That's a simple program you can follow. If not, you can build yourself one. It's going to be fairly easy, and I highly recommend you doing it. Now, we're going to move on to the diet aspect of things. So when you're a teenager and you start working out, not only do you hyper focus on the variables of training, you focus on that top 10%, you also focus a lot of your efforts on diet. And that's a huge mistake, because outside of the minutia of like, oh yeah, carbs and fats at this time with this amount of protein per meal and 6 meals a day and that bullshit, just zoom out a little. The most important thing, especially for a teenager to grow, is eat enough. And by enough, I mean a lot, because you're developing yourself. You need the nutrients. You're not going to get obese. You're doing physical activity and you're in your, not prime years, because they're not your prime years, but you're in your developing years. That's a word. You're in your developing years and you need a lot of food and you're super hyperactive and you're with your friends. You have a lot of energy. You're happy about life. And on top of that, you're doing physical activity. You don't need to be cutting calories. Unless you're obese, you don't need to be cutting calories. You need to be eating more, okay? You need to be eating whatever your mom makes and a little bit extra on top of that, okay? You want to train hard, eat a lot, and sleep a lot, okay? I'm going to delve into the sleep aspect in a second, but in regards to food, don't be picky with your food. Don't be like, oh mom, I can't eat this because it has refined sugars and the glycemic index and blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. If your fucking grandma makes like pasta, go and eat the pasta. There's no problem with that. Eat as much as you can. I'm really emphasizing this because I made the mistake of jumping into diet fads. When I was 16, I started doing intermittent fasting. I also did OMAD, keto, carnivore. I'm not shitting you. This is stuff that I have actually done, and it doesn't fucking work. You need to eat. Just eat. There's no secret. Eat, okay? You're not getting weight. Eat more, okay? That's it. There's no science around it. Oh, but I'm an ectomorph. Shut the fuck up. Eat more, okay? Add an extra cup of rice. Add an extra tablespoon of olive oil. If you want to, you can fucking have fucking ice cream after you have your main meal. Have ice cream. Have chocolate bar. Have whatever you want to. Make sure your diet has enough micronutrients like vegetables and also protein in terms of meat. Meat also has micronutrients as well. Fats, your carbs. And then once you cover all of that up, you add your sweets or your bag of chips or whatever. So don't be restrictive with your food. Eat. Count the times I said eat throughout that little rant right there. Another aspect is supplements. Don't take them. don't you dare use your mom's credit card to buy your Kaioken pre-workout or whatever. Don't do it. Just invest that money into getting gym equipment. I'm not saying you're going to benefit from getting a home gym. So don't buy supplements. They're unnecessary, they're expensive, and they're gimmicky. You don't need them. And they're not going to bring any benefit to your training at this stage. 0%. Even for advanced people, stuff like creatine doesn't add much. What makes you think that someone that has never trained in their life, is going to get from creatine? You're not going to get anything. So don't try to feel accomplished by spending money, not even your own money, by the way, your dad's or mom's money, your parents' money on fucking supplements. Don't buy the ashwagandha bullshit or testosterone or whatever is trendy right now with the kids. Don't do it. Just buy real food and spend that money on gym equipment. And speaking of which, don't buy pre-workouts. Just don't. Okay. This really stresses me out because pre-workout is not only a supplement that really doesn't add anything to your workouts, it's actually detrimental because most pre-workouts have a shit ton of caffeine. A shit ton. Do you really need to add caffeine, that amount of caffeine to your life? You don't. It's going to mess up your sleep. When you're young, you don't really realize how important sleep is. I was one of the few that actually realized because I was so into the whole biohacking community. Even though it worked, it had a lot of cons. The one pro that I can get from all of that is sleep. Sleep is very important. You want to sleep at least 8 to 10 hours a day. And even more, I would say, sleep as much as you can as a teenager because you're developing, you want to grow, right? And on top of that, you're doing physical activity. So if you want your body to properly utilize the nutrients you're giving it with your food and to respond appropriately and be able to train properly to respond to the stimulus and to be able to train properly, you want to sleep as much as you can. Okay, you want to sleep again 8 to 10 hours minimum. Sleep, okay, and caffeine is not going to help with that. Okay. Caffeine is going to get you to stay up late. It's going to mess with your circadian rhythm. You're not going to be able to train because you're foggy mentally. Also in school, you're going to be your grades are going to go down. So it's going to be a mess. Don't invest in pre-workout. If you want, you can have a coffee in the morning, and if you want, you can have a tea or a Monster drink in the evening. That's not an issue before your training. If you want to, that's fine. Eat a banana on top of that so you can get some carbs, but don't spend money on pre-workout. It's going to be an overdose of caffeine that is going to be detrimental for your health and for your gains, and also very expensive unnecessarily, again, so don't do it. The last thing is going to feed into what we were talking about, supplements and pre-workouts, and it's going to be don't fall for fads. If a new supplement comes that tells you that you're going to get 100 pounds of muscle in 20 minutes, right? It's not true. It's not true, okay? If you have a fucking testosterone booster, it's not going to work, okay? It's going to be bunk. Don't be an idiot. Don't buy into that thing. Even if you like the YouTuber, even if you're like, oh, this guy explained the mechanism to why it boosts your testosterone by 10%, doesn't work. It's marketing, okay? Wake up. It's marketing, okay? So don't buy test boosters, don't buy fat burners, don't buy pre-workouts, don't buy that shit. Even if it's trendy among your friends, don't do it. You're going to save the money and use it to your home gym. You're going to thank me later, okay? So with that, we finished the first point. I know this is a long video, but I am really enjoying it. I can really let go and talk about my experience. We're going to move on to the second point, which is going to be commit to it. Patience, okay? Results naturally, and I want you to remain natural, take time, take a while, okay? It is not going to happen overnight. You want to always look for the sustainable approach. Even though it is not hardcore, right? You want to have an approach that is going to lead for you to stick to it for a long time. A lot of people like to have those epic 8-hour arm workouts, and I'm one of those people, but I also train every single day, okay? I stick to it, and I have been training every single day or close to it for the best of already 3 years almost. And I have to tell you, there's more value in training a little bit every single day, or to train a little bit for a full year, right? So you train, let's just say 3 times a week for a full year with proper workouts, moderation. You do just enough for you to get jacked, right? Or to get results. Than to have 2 epic workouts and then skip the gym for 3 months, and then have another 2 epic workouts and then skip the gym for 3 months, and so on. Consistency is going to be key. The way your body is going to respond is going to be aligned with consistency and discipline, doing it constantly, okay? Not just doing it for a week, leaving it, then coming back because you feel guilty, then doing it again. You really want to stick to it. And that's why calisthenics is so great. You can do it at home. You're bored, you're watching I survive 100 days on Minecraft kind of video. You put that in the background, you start doing pull-ups, okay? Or maybe you're like, I don't know, on online classes, right? And you just let the teacher talk and you turn off the camera, go do some push-ups, some pull-ups. I did that during the pandemic and it fucking works. So that's a good thing. You want to find an approach that's going to be sustainable, which is also going to relate to try to have fun with your workouts. Don't make them insufferable, right? Don't try to puke in your workouts or to feel like you're going to pass out. Don't do that. Your workout should be fun, okay? You should be smiling and being happy. This is recreational time. Put on music, record yourself. You want to have an intro workout meanwhile you're training. Like you want to have, I don't know, like a Monster Energy drink or sweets meanwhile you're working out. Do it. There's no problem with that. Train shirtless if you feel makes you feel like a fucking Chad. Do it. I highly encourage you to find ways to make your training fun and to really make you happy to train. You should be looking forward to your workouts, okay? And you have to find ways to actually look forward to your workouts. And I can't really give you proper advice. You have to find things that you like that you can incorporate to them. I actually am lying. A good thing you can do is have a gym partner. Okay, if you go to the gym or if you go to a park, the social aspect can work wonders. If you get someone that trains with you and kind of has like the same goals, you can train together. You can really exert yourselves and make yourselves reach new limits. Okay, and it's going to make it fun. It's going to make it a competition, or it's going to make it like a brotherhood in some kind of fashion. So yeah, that's an option I can give you. But if you're training at home, the good thing about training at home is that you can mold the environment to make it as receptive to you as possible. So that's what I'm going to tell you. And then the third point is going to be, don't take yourself too seriously, okay? So a thing that happens with guys, especially young guys that want to prove themselves to the world when they start training, is that you have in your mind that you want to achieve the best of the best. You want to be the best of the way. You want to blow everyone's minds off, right? And then you go into the gym and you obsess over getting the best results, right? And you really try to push yourself as much as you can. And then when you don't live up to your expectations, it starts to actually hurt. So you want to stop training because you're not getting the results that you want. And then you end up quitting. Or maybe you end up super obsessed with it. And it takes you a while to disentangle the mess you got yourself in. So what I'm going to tell you is, don't take yourself too seriously. You're just a kid that is going to train to get jacked. And that's fine. That's great. You're not a protagonist of an anime. You're not a protagonist of a movie. And that's fine. Okay? Don't take yourself too seriously. You're not fighting demons. You're just doing push-ups. Okay? You're 15 years old. You don't have any idea of how the world works. So don't think you're like a tragic smegma male or whatever. Just train properly, don't take yourself too seriously, and enjoy the process. Now we're going to move on to the third point, which is going to be related more towards the content you consume and how it can affect you. The third point is going to be, don't trust anyone that makes money out of fitness. I know it's a crazy advice to give, but I think it's going to lead to better results. Basically, we are going to go point by point. Training, okay? Is the guy promising fast results? Is the guy selling a course? Is the guy selling coaching that is going to be revolutionary? He has the optimal method for muscle growth, right? Does he like sell training plans, like not even like custom training plans, like just training plans? Well, you should be distrusting him. You shouldn't be being like, oh, this guy probably knows his shit. He's probably using marketing to get you, okay? Especially in this community, there are very few people that actually sell you stuff that don't try to scam you, and those usually give a shit ton of free good information, or make really good content for free, okay? Examples: Jeffrey Schofield, my boy Croissant, Baldomni Man, NH, like Natural Hypertrophy, Alex Leonidas, Basement Bodybuilding, and so on. Fast Lifts, Fit Lab, and so on and so on. But you want to find guys that are going to give you good information for free, and of course they may make some money, right, on the side, but the main focus of them should be giving you information, helping you, right? If you see someone trying to get you to buy their course or their coaching plans or whatever, skip them. Don't even pay attention to them. If you want to consume their content, go ahead, okay? Go ahead. You're young. You probably like those kind of drama videos. Usually, like Greg Doucette is like a trap for most teenagers. But don't fucking buy anything. Don't buy the ebook. Don't buy it. Don't buy it, okay? In my opinion, it's not worth it. Then for the diet, are they selling a diet course? Are they selling an ebook? Are they on the most recent bandwagon or most popular bandwagon? Like now it's keto, right? The keto sensation, like don't eat carbs. Are they carnivore now, or are they like vegan, like raw vegan, right? You're going to see a lot of that kind of thing. Are they trying to tap into your emotions when they're talking about the diet? For example, with the carnivores, it's very common for them to be like, oh yeah, if you don't eat meat, you're not a real man, right? Like skinny vegans, haha, fucking, yeah, like if you want to get huge and jacked like me, Liver King, you have to eat meat and eat raw liver and stuff like that. It's usually like trying to tap into your masculinity, or to tell you that if you want to become like a proper man, you need to follow their advice, right? Don't trust them, because they're trying to manipulate you into buying their course. For women, it's usually veganism, actually. For women, it's like, oh, look at the poor cow, feel bad, now buy my course on how to be vegan, right? That's usually for women. For men, it's the opposite. It's the carnivore. It's like, if you want to be a man, you have to eat steak, right? Don't trust them. Don't trust them. A balanced diet is always what is going to work. Eat from all food groups. Don't exclude anything. And definitely don't follow these guys that are just going to make videos to get you to buy their shit. Okay, they're just here for the money. They're not here for the information. The same goes with the training. If they have a revolutionary approach, don't follow them. Then regarding blog content, right? Like Will Tennyson, for example. It's just the first example that came to mind. If they're not giving a lot of information and it's just entertainment, don't try to delude yourself into, oh, but the guy at the end gives me some advice which is really good and it's going to help me. It's entertainment, and that's fine. It's entertainment. That's it. It's not information. You shouldn't be supporting the guy on Patreon because he gives so good information. If you want to support him because he's entertaining, it's fine. I wouldn't spend my money on someone that is entertaining, okay? But if you want to, go ahead. And don't buy the merch because because a lot of people buy the merch, like maybe the Gymshark thing or the latest sponsor. Don't buy that shit. If you think that you're because of you buying it, you're going to look like him. Keep in mind, you're not, okay? You're not going to look like him if you buy his t-shirt with his logo on. So if you're going to buy merch, buy it because it's good merch, not because it's the guy that sells it, okay? Or because you want to look like the guy. So yeah, that's my advice regarding blog content. So that's the third point. The fourth point is going to be reject the fast now, okay? Results take time, and whoever tries to sell you stuff promising fast results is lying, okay? They're just lying. And you might say, oh, but this guy, I trust this guy because they're lying, okay? I'm telling you what you actually need to hear. They're lying. Also, steroids. This is the thing, the elephant in the room. Steroids will give you fast results, will get you jacked fast, but they will kill you. I'm not shitting you. You're going to lose tens of years of your life if you jump on gear. Not only that, they're expensive as fuck. So not only are you going to use mommy's credit card to buy creatine, you're also going to buy fucking Trend with that. And you're using that money to buy something that's going to kill you. It's going to kill you. It's going to affect your health. You see a lot of teenagers nowadays, 15-year-olds, 18-year-olds on fucking SARMs. That's awful, dude. Like, they're doing it just for social media clout. They're killing themselves. Don't do it, okay? You're a normal guy with normal goals. You want to live as much as you can, to spend time with your loved ones, with to achieve your dreams. Don't try to assist your way out of life, right? Don't try to die at 21 of a heart attack. Don't do it. Stay natural. I think it's not hardcore to jump on gear, okay? It's not, oh yeah, I'm willing to die for the game. It's not hardcore. It's weak-minded and pathetic for most people, because the physiques they achieve can be achieved naturally with a lot of years of training. They cannot be achieved. Most people that are on gear don't know how to train, so they just look like shit for someone that takes gear. You can probably achieve it in like 10 years of training properly. Why would you cut down 10 years of your life when you can have those extra 10 years of your life, get the physique, and on top of that live an extra 10 years, like, and learn how to train so you can help other people train and become a role model? Like, it's just so stupid. Like, it's just so stupid. Don't jump on gear. It's weak-minded. If you need external hormones to be a man, you're not a man in the first place, okay? I'm going to get canceled now by the LGBT whatever community for saying that, but yeah, if you need hormones, you're not a man. Then the fifth point is going to be, don't make it your only thing, okay? Lifting is good. I love lifting. Lifting, like, actually, like, it saved my life, basically. It saved the life of countless men that didn't have a purpose, and it gave us something to strive for, at least temporarily. When shit hits the fan, lifters will go and train. That's going to basically be the modus operandi of most lifters. But it shouldn't be your only thing. You should build stuff around it. You should develop yourself as a person, both physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, okay? You should become a better person. You should have social bonds, right? You should read books. You should become smarter. No one likes a meathead, okay? If you think that getting jacked is going to solve all of your life's problems, it's not. It's not. It's really, like, you see all these memes on Instagram being like, when you realize you getting jacked is not, like, it's like when you realize that not only do you have to get jacked to talk to women, to get women, you also have to talk to them, right? It's usually that kind of meme, and it's Ronnie Coleman crying. It's true. You need to develop yourself outside of your physique, because otherwise you're just going to attract superficial people that just don't care about, like, anything else about you, because there's nothing else about you. You're just a guy that lives. You don't want to be that. You want to be the guy that lives, reads philosophy, has a lot of friends, goes out, has projects, has dreams, has aspirations, and has principles, right? And understands what is going on in his life. You want to be that. You don't want to be just the guy that lives, okay? You want to be an actual person. So yeah, that's the last point. Probably going to recommend some books in the next episode. I think that would be a good idea. But yeah, that's the episode for today. These are the points I want you to really follow to a T. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a blast talking about it, and I hope you did as well, listening to me. Without further delay, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Leave me your thoughts and comments below as always. Thanks for watching.